Jamie.
I'm Corey.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Joe. And we're the Party of Helicopters from Kent, Ohio. Motherfucker. There wasn't much to do. It's a tiny little hick town with a college. As far as how we ended up becoming interested in the things we did, I don't think any of us know.
It's not a big city and not very well cultured, and people just played their instruments the way that they just played them in their rooms. They didn't have a lot of records to go off of, and that just came later. The more that bands started getting interested in it and going on tour, they would pick up records. And you know, you find out about more and more bands. Now we're totally cultured. But when people will review their records in magazines and say, oh, this sounds like Sonic Youth with the Get Up Kids, half the time, none of those bands that are from Kent have listened to that or ever heard about it. They're just doing what comes natural. I think that's just why a lot of the bands don't sound like a lot of the other bands. I was in a band called Harriet the Spy before this. I played the drums. And then also New Terror Class. I also played the drums.
I was in this band called Circle before. That band's still together. And they're actually better now that I left. Before this, I was in a band called The Man I Fell in Love With that I played guitar in, and I sang with my buddy John, who was also our original drummer.
John quit the band because at the time he wasn't into what we were playing, it seemed like. And he's a really good musician all around. He can play every instrument. And he seemed like he was concentrating on playing more like keyboards and a lot of guitar. We've got records out on a ton of different labels. The main label that we're on is Trouble Man Unlimited. Our first record came out on my old label, which was Donut Friends. and I just quit doing it about 8 months ago because it went bankrupt due to faulty distribution. At least that's my opinion. No offense to Sonny, the original owner, but it seemed like after he left, everything went downhill in the worst way.
We usually write a song in about 15-20 minutes. We're all about first instincts. Whatever we think of first, that's generally what we play.
I really think it really comes down to chemistry and the fact that we've known each other for so long.
I used to make mixtapes for Joe in study hall in like 11th grade.
He was one of those skater kids, and I didn't do that, and I was just like this heavy metal kid, and I hung out with a bunch of pieces of trash, and we got wasted all the time.
When I met Jamie, it was when he had the horse's ass haircut. Shaved horse's ass.
I figured that out. By the end of 10th grade, I was clean.
Joe and I knew each other before that. I was with the same group of shitty friends that Joe was with.
They were in a little gang called the Hangmen. They used to drink beer by the railroad tracks.
Yeah, we'd piss on a fire, man. We didn't give a fuck.
There's a kid, Jake had underneath his bed, he had a stockpile of old history books that a teacher had given to him because they were getting new books that year. Something that Jake liked to do was, well, first of all, if you wanted to hang out with him, you had to be tough. You know? He had to go through a series of initiations, and one of them was we gotta burn a book together. And so he would grab
climbing a train tower also.
One of them was climbing a train tower, and you had to put the book out with your piss, and he wanted to hang out with you and see that go down. Eventually, we all made him cry. He was a little bit too comfortable with